Welcome to the Sold Too Early Sports Card Podcast, a PSA 10 graded podcast and a Black Mamba grading 9 slab. That's Kai. I'm betting like Seablez. And welcome to episode 32, 31. It's been a little bit since I've even thought of the podcast. We actually took a 1 week break last time because Kai had to go see the Atlanta Braves. Like, what a dickhead.
I know it kind of worked out crazy because we picked one game to go to out of the 3-game series. The first 2 games, I got blown out against the Dodgers, and the one we went to, it was a walk-off to the Braves, which was kind of cool. So it worked out. But yeah, I had to bail on the podcast for a week.
It's life. It happens. I mean, I actually invited a couple people on the podcast. Some didn't return my call. Some didn't get back to my email. Yeah.
Can I call any of them out?
No, I'm not. It's also a joke. I invited 3 people. I invited one person who runs a local card show here, and then I invited Mikey and maybe Sasha. I don't remember if I invited Sasha, but Mikey, we just couldn't figure it out. And my local card show we'll have on at some point. He's a good guy. He just was busy.
Gotcha. Yeah, there'll be some good future episodes there.
Dude, it's so... There's such an interesting dynamic to this, too, because we haven't had a chance to talk about Dallas. And a lot of people who were at the show 2 weeks ago at this point had a lot of nice things to say. They said amazing things about me. Kai, they said you're the worst because you can't defend yourself, so I can just lie.
Man.
No, but Dallas was such a good time. It is kind of funny now because when I'm not doing the podcast, I don't really consume a ton of sports card related content. But to prep, I always try to be a little more informed about what's going on. And we have a little bit of more of an informal conversation today. We're going to cover a little bit of hobby drama, some actual sports, which I know is crazy. And then we're going to throw some shade, such as Black Mamba Grading, which is the Instagram page and grading service that no longer exists, which I riffed in the intro because I just randomly thought of them one day during a work meeting. I'm like, fuck it, let's poke some fun at this company. So, or company, air quotes. They don't exist anymore, so that's why we're a PSA 10 graded podcast. Black Mamba grading 9.
Not like HGA or CSG or something.
So that's why I actually originally had HGA written, but they're actually still around. I don't know much of, and we're gonna check this live because I've not actually looked at this. I know that what HGA was doing, the people liked was, that's slides. That's not correct. People were happy when they were making their slabs colorful, right? That was the main shtick of why people.
Oh, was that them? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Black Mama grading. They're gone. No one cared about them. What is it? It's hybrid grading or something?
Yeah, yeah. I think you could choose to have the slab.
Oh yeah, they have fucking horizontal ones.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's sick. I actually think that's kind of cool.
I mean, it doesn't look the worst. I would never agree with HGA. I mean, I'm a very big believer in PSA and BGS only because that's what the market dictates. If HGA tomorrow became the premier slab, that looks fine. Not sponsoring. I'm talking shit about them, so they're not going to ever sponsor this, which is fine. If tomorrow people wanted HGA slabs for whatever reason, I would agree with them immediately. But this is not what the market wants. They don't get it.
It seems like those other companies are kind of trending towards gaming cards almost more than sports cards.
I think that, and that's perfectly fine. There's an avenue for all this. I actually saw something today. Pokemon announced they printed 9 billion cards last year. So I guess inflation. I can see
it though.
Yeah, inflation in the Pokemon universe must be wild these days. No wonder potions and water's $300 in the video games. It is what it is, but to print that much of a product in a calendar year is absurd. I think it was 1/7 or 1/6 of all Pokemon cards were printed last year. It's something absurd. Never guessed that.
That's crazy. Really quick though, before we hop off that, have you seen some of those cards that were on that HGA slide were Victor Wembanyama's first auto and Caitlin Clark's? Have you seen some of those sales? I'm sure you have. But...
So Victor is redemption, I believe, right?
Yes. Are they live? Because that's a picture of the card. Or is that the
I think they're
mock-up?
just using like the pre-release, which is fine.
Gotcha.
I don't. They might be live. I mean, what I was gonna show, I think
Sorry.
talked about this. I think it was them who was talking about how Pokemon went like bonkers last year. Was it them? No, I don't. Okay, I tried. It wasn't them exactly. Someone, some
Pre-promotion.
personality on Instagram that I follow announced this. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. I mean,
That
good
is
for
crazy.
Pokemon, good for Nintendo and everyone whoever, I guess, prints them because that's absurd. Uh, dude, inflation and the quantity of cards, like it's no longer rare. Like if you want to own like a Pokemon card, they're not rare anymore. They're just expensive,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Pokemon is weird too because it's not like sports cards where they're even the rare cards are numbered. I mean, there's just different like rarities.
Yeah,
I don't think there's actually any sort of print run, right? Associated.
No,
with
there's
them.
no print run. I mean, maybe like movie exclusives there would have been, or like inserts, or if you were like in the Pokemon competitions, you would, get a very rare card.
Yeah.
But like in general, no, there's not a rarity to them other than, hey, this is foil, reverse foil,
Yeah.
whatever else. And Yu-Gi-Oh, dude, I actually know a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh and cards.
I do too.
Because I always believed that Yu-Gi-Oh was going to get some hobby love, and it just never did. Mostly because Yu-Gi-Oh is fucking stupid now, with how they've changed the game from the early 2000s when like I played it as a kid. And some of the cards sell like Exodia, Dark Magician. This is not a sports card
Blue
podcast,
Eyes.
by the way. Blue Eyes, yes.
Those are the first cards I ever had before sports cards.
Well, that's exactly. I mean, yeah, same.
Yeah.
I also had. Oh, we'll finish that point first. Those sell pretty well, but the rarities for Yu-Gi-Oh is like rare, super, ultra. I think Ghost Rare is the most
Ghost
rare
is
one.
like new, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in the last decade. So that's
the white ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's about it. And then also a real throwback. I don't know if you know what this is. You know what Showdown cards were? MLB Showdown cards.
Oh, like with stats on them?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I was a camper, hang on, let's see if I can show
they have those for basketball too, right?
I believe so.
I think they're called something else, but
this is some obscure fucking thing. Oh yeah, there they are. Cool. So this is when I was like a kid at like summer camp. Oh, that's the wrong. It's not gonna let me. I just want to share my.
Just copy the link over to that window.
Yeah, hang on. Let me share the screen. What I want to show is the Showdown cards because they're just kind of cool. Yes, this was like 2004. Some of them were printed 2000, so I was 8. Like I was a kid at camp, and just, like, we were playing with these cards, and you had like a 20-sided dice. You had a pitcher, and like based on how you roll and like how the pitcher was, you would get a single, get an out, get a home run. It was just a cool kind of like thing.
Yeah,
I think I saw this.
They do that. Too. That's like kind of similar to how the Monopoly Prism's kind of set up. I know they have like offensive, defensive stats on the back.
Yeah, but no one's actually playing with those cards.
No one cares about those. But I'm just saying the concept's similar.
Dude, I just like MetaZoo. This is once again a sports card podcast, but not actually. Like with like MetaZoo, do you think anyone actually knows how to play that game?
That's a game. I didn't even know it was a game.
Are you serious? You didn't know that?
I thought it was just like cards. I didn't know.
It's a game. Oh yeah, there, dude. Lamelo is an 89 overall. He's got 91 skill.
90 defense, my ass.
Yeah. So how's this supposed to work? Also, Monopoly is not a game that you roll.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. How does that matter in terms of Monopoly?
What is Mr. Ronaldo?
You just buy...
Oh my god, the black.
That card's sick.
That is
one's
disgusting,
sick.
Actually. What's his stats? Please be 99 everything.
We were actually talking about maybe trying to buy one of those. Those are kind of cool.
He's got 99 skill. All right, so he definitely has the skill.
That's the one card from that set, besides like the black prisms, maybe that I could see holding up value.
That one's cool. They have the Color Blast version, whatever that's called. Which is kind of, oh god, I'm out of memory on my computer. That's cool.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah, of course. My gaming computer that I spent so much on is out of memory. That's cool. Then Mr. Monopoly
Cool
White.
too. Apparently there's someone out there buying up all the black 101s. I just found out.
Okay, they're gonna go down when Real Prism comes out.
Yeah,
But,
they have a bunch of them. I was told. So
well, actually, no. Wait, Real Prism is out.
yeah,
Yeah,
came out probably a month ago.
dude, cards are so weird. It's really hard to keep track of everything at this point.
The Flawless is crazy that it just came out after your second year. I know we've talked about that like 50 times, but like it's crazy that it just came out.
Is that 2021 Flawless technically?
Cade's year, yeah.
I want to see what the most expensive cards are right now. Just 2021.
It came out a couple days ago, a week ago, maybe.
At least a week ago. I've seen
Yeah.
some horrendous prices from some group breakers, and I can't call them out.
Oh, really?
They're ripping.
Yeah.
They're killing it, and not in a good way. They have like
Not in a good way.
30 to 40% markup on like certain teams compared to other breakers, and they're selling out.
You know, do you know South Texas Breaks Noe?
I don't know him, but I follow him on Instagram. Why?
I've broke with him. Like, he's probably the first guy I ever broke with. He's a great dude, but he posted on his story that he wasn't going to be breaking Flawless due to the fact that he just didn't want people to lose their asses because almost no one gets their money's back, which I really respect him doing that.
I mean, it's true. I mean, once again, like,
Yeah.
let's just go by sold listings real quick. So a box of, before I do that, let's see what a box costs first. I believe it's 20K.
You're going to go over or under 15?
I believe it's over 15.
I'm going to go, yeah, I'll say over 2.
Let's just check this. I'm not sure why my computer's acting a little slow, but whatever. So that's 2020, 2021. Hang on.
Oh, wait. Oh, it was collegiate.
That's collegiate. Let's just see if there's, I might have to check like another source.
There's 2 boxes for 25.
25K. So 12.5. All right. So we're about on the same page, roughly.
Yeah.
Let's see what is sold to not only break even, but make money. So we'll just do 2021 Flawless Basketball. Not going to type in rookie patch auto. Not going to do anything like that. Although, man, if you had Kareem, it's $300. That sounds pretty shitty. That's your spot.
Corey Kispert.
Evan's card is cool. It ends in 2 hours. Oh, dude, I've had some sick eBay wins lately, which I will talk about in a second once this loads.
Dude, isn't Chris Duarte like 26?
I'll be honest, dude, I'm not exactly sure who he is. Like, I never
He had
thought
like a really good rookie year, and then he kind of just disappeared. But
yeah.
Cade. Oh.
So you need to hit, theoretically, a Cade Cunningham true RPA.
That's the break even, basically, too.
Yeah, so basically every card that is sold on eBay, you lost money on. Like this Curry to 5, I mean, it sold twice, but you're gonna lose money there. RPA of Jalen Green 6,500. That's half the
top
the box.
3. Yeah, top 3 player in the class. You hit a true game used RPA, and it's half the price of the box.
That seems like a fucking Giddy for $5,000. What?
Giddy's going up in price. He has a lot of hype right now.
I get
that team's gonna be good next year.
They are gonna be good next year, but like that seems pretty excessive. It
does seem high.
Is that the third? Is he the third best rookie in the draft class? Then I guess so. But like,
I would guess top 3, top 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe the price is actually not the worst. Jokic. Wow. I mean, we can check what that went for. It doesn't matter. That's the wrong year. 4,200 for a Luka. Sounds
that
kind of
seems
high.
chilled, honestly.
Yeah, it sounds kind of high. I mean, Luka at this point now is an incredible player, but the prices, yeah, it was shilled. Good call. Like you can see that's most likely a shilled auction. The issue is with Luka and the car prices now is like, assuming this was a real sale and it was worth 4K, like what is it really going to go up to? 45.
Exactly. There's no upside really.
Yeah. I mean, there definitely is upside because it's still, assuming that's a game more than 3-color patch auto of Luka and from Floss, it's dope as fuck. But there's not as much like
$4,000 though.
No, $4,000 is overpay. I think we both agree there. But like the ceiling of that item, if you were to buy it to flip, would be 45 to 5K, maybe in trade. But that's a tough sell. I mean, I can't even imagine what trade prices are at right now, especially in this market. They have to be so fucking cheap. It's almost worth considering.
Who?
Trey.
Oh yeah. Ironically, I think I told you this, but we actually got our first Trae Young card paid for.
That
via
in and of
auction,
itself is.
and it went for probably a tenth of what it does like consistently when they're shilled.
What card was it?
It was a Optic Contenders red auto PSA 9.
Okay, the
I
Rated
think it did
Rookie
like
one.
$300 or $400.
Yeah.
No, Wait, what did you say? The what?
The Rated Rookie one to like $199 or something.
Yeah, just the Optic Contenders red,
Yeah,
not
yes.
normal Optic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had the wrong product, but dude, eBay's scary these days. But if you see the right opportunity, you can do very well. Now, I stepped a little out of my comfort zone with this purchase, but I think you might have seen this. I put this in our group chat. Let me see how I can organize this first. I'm not going to show it yet because I don't want to blur the entire screen. Let me see what I can do. I mean, I'll just pull up the eBay listing. But this is absolutely.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes, hang on.
That was pretty sick.
Okay, this will work. Actually, I'm not going to have to blur anything. I don't mind editing these episodes, but if I can avoid it. So this ended on Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night. It is a game-worn Stephen Curry. It's only one shoe, which is one negative
so
about
cool.
it. But it's signed, inscribed, and game dated. Has the McGrary, and PSA cert, so double cert. And I talked to a couple other Curry collectors. The Hyperfuse, like the Nike shoe, is also very rare. And I don't know why this card ever went to auction, or the shoe ever went to auction, but it did, and now it's gonna end up in my fucking my display where the Joe Louis Babe Ruth glove went that you guys flipped within 24 hours. So you guys might have new business coming by the time it's complete. You've done.
I wonder if they have what's up.
I said you guys have done well every time I've given you memorabilia. It works. Like
yeah, it moves pretty easily, honestly. But I wonder if this guy has the other shoe and it's just keeping one.
So, according to a friend of ours, they have an insane shoe collection, but they were quoting very high on prices. I think he had either a James Harden or Dr. J. It was some kind of 76er player shoe. Maybe it was AI. And the guy wanted like $25K. And it was like an obscene amount because it was not realistic. And then I guess he ran it at auction because he got bored. And,
so based on what he wanted, he probably thinks he got smoked on that, which he probably did, honestly.
I mean, he had it a 3K bid and there was only 1-0 bid against me. And I bid 4 and I got it for 35. So
yeah, it's
a weird. I mean, once again, like if sports cards in the sports card industry goes to 0 and I own that item, I'm kind of okay with it. Like that's one of those where like that Joe Louis glove or any kind of memorabilia I try to own, I don't mind if that moves. Like I would love it to. I mean, I've already gotten DMs about the shoe since it came in, and Kai, you're on mute, just so you know. I'm not sure you did that on purpose. But if that item went to 0 or the sports card industry went to 0 and went fucking belly up, oh, it's a game-worn Curry shoe signed. Okay, I'll own it. Like, that's cool. They'll always have some kind of value. And, do your own research, understand what you're buying. Don't just throw money at stupid things. But you know what? That's an item that should not have been at auction on eBay. If it was going to go at auction, it'd be on Golden, PWCC.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
people did accordingly.
You also probably bought that at one of the best times you could have gotten into any sort of Curry thing.
Speaking of Curry, and this is cool. This one has been on Instagram.
Oh, this one's sick too.
This is disgusting. This came from the Philippines. Like, I brought it back literally across the world. It came in 4 days.
Yeah, you swam there and swam back.
Which is ridiculous that it came in 4 days, and there's packages across the country that won't. But, hang on, let's get the glare better. Timeless moments from 2019, I'm sorry, it's the first year. Stephen Curry, Emerald to 5. Like, this could very easily...
If I remember correctly, you stole that from what I remember the prices being. So
sales to 25 were at like 7 and 8K. Other years have done less. 1 to 5 from 2020. 2021 did 5 grand, but it was a 9 auto, and that just sold. This is the first year. Superior photo. This is a card that if it's my showstopper at the National, is completely fine. Like, of course, I'd love to move it, get my money, get my profit, inventory, whatever. But if it's there in August or July, I should say, that's perfectly fine. Like, someone's gonna want the item. I don't know if I'll bring the Curry shoe with it as well, but like, it would be kind of funny to have.
You got to wear it.
I would have to wear it, yeah. But I'm also like a Nets fan. It's like, all right, yeah, I guess I'm stacking up on Curry, which is completely fine. That's a perfect item to own. And it's weird, and this kind of leads into thought of National as well, and Dallas, which I touched on for a second. There's no major shows going on right now between May Dallas, which was fucking awesome, and I loved it, and I crushed it, to July Dallas. And then after that, the National. Like, we are in a weird lull period right now where I do expect prices to drop more because there's nothing really happening right now. And you always have to prep for shows and buy accordingly. But there's nothing at the moment on the horizon besides like your local shows, maybe a couple 200, 300 show tables that, like, if you're in driving distance, maybe you're going to go to. But no one's going to really fly to those unless this really is their job and there's nothing else going on right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of answered it already, but how do you think that kind of is a good thing or a bad thing? Like people having to deal more online.
It depends. I mean, the issue I have, quote unquote, is something I touched on in an unreleased episode of the podcast. It was recorded when Kai wasn't here. I didn't like how it turned out, so I didn't release it. But the main quote unquote issue I have with shows that don't run during this point in time is kind of greed. Like Dallas and Nashville were competing against each other for no reason. The Nashville showrunner wants to compete with Dallas. That is not my opinion. They have said that. It's very foolish and stupid. If you want your show to grow and you want these higher end dealers at your show, you have to understand your role within this universe. And right now, Dallas is the king of the castle when it comes to shows that run continuously. I would put shows like Burbank in that same tier. They don't run as often. I put Chicago like maybe a tier below that. I put Atlanta on that same tier. Nashville is kind of on that same level, maybe a step below it, honestly. It's very hit or miss. But like, you have to understand your role and the best way to maximize your potential audience. And by competing with the king or one of the kings of the sports card show world, and obviously National is number one, but it happens once a year, guys, so I understand that. To compete with the king or one of the kings of the sports card world, you have to have something different. Nashville doesn't. Nashville is kind of a whack show, especially as a higher end dealer. They don't really want Instagram influencers or vloggers or even high end dealers at their show, which is very interesting because when I last went there I went there in the last 6 months. I don't remember when the last show was. It was kind of ass. Like there was half the dealers there should never have set up. Which is
that bad?
It's not even that it's bad. It's just like, this could have been so much better if X, Y, and Z. If like there was a second room that was added, that room should not have been added at all. If people were more honest with themselves, if vendors were more honest with like the show, like there's nothing wrong with low end dealers. I want to make that clear. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere. You have to have a budget for everyone. You have to account accordingly. But I think you also have to have some level of realistic expectations with yourself when it comes to a show. And no, I'm not telling you to spend $10,000 on inventory. I'm not even telling you to spend $1,000. But if you have 25 to 35, $20 to $50 cards, which is not that much money. That's about $1,000, $1,500, if even. An opportunity exists for you to theoretically set up with a friend or share a table with a friend and split that cost 50-50, or even have only one showcase on someone's 3 or 4 table location. And that's perfectly fine. Start smaller. Don't buy out a booth for $250 or $500 and have less inventory than what the table was worth.
Yeah.
You don't need that. That's what if I was a younger kid, if I was 15, 16 years old and that was my local show in Nashville, I lived in Nashville and that was what I could do, I would love to have split that with people that were my age and like, oh yeah, I made $50, $75 after all my expenses. Like that's fucking sick. Yeah, I don't like beats the $10 a job.
Yeah, exactly.
But like realism and like realistic expectations need to be set accordingly because vendors are not going to tell you no. They want to make their buck. They want to make sure their tables are sold because hey, big number means more people will go. Because if we say 700 tables, it's 700 tables. Like we're more than Dallas, or we're on the same level as Dallas.
Exactly.
But it's not the same quality.
I could be off here, but back to the Nashville show. I mean, the way I kind of look at it is I feel like a lot of people planned it to be like I'll check it out and go to Nashville sort of
That's
thing.
What I did.
Like a one-time thing almost for most people.
I've been twice. First time with my fiance, it was 5 days. It was awesome. I enjoyed Nashville a lot. The second time I went back was all business. And honestly, dude, if I did not make the 2 deals I did, one with Tyler, Hot Corner, and one with Mikey's cards, I would have fucking shot myself. It was awful. I could have made those 2 deals if they were prearranged with my friends and like left Friday night and been home or like just gone to Broadway, just like hung out because it was so bad otherwise that even 6 months, 7 months later, whatever it was, I still remember that. And I can tell you that, for instance, for Dallas, every single time I go is a B+ A- show. Last time I was there 2 weeks ago, it was an A. I fucking crushed it. The inventory that I had before, which Kai, you, and Joku, and your consignment service can attest to this because I gave you a bunch of inventory. Some of it was new, some of it was old. I turned and burned so much stuff that my briefcase right now is half empty. It was full when I left. It was full when I left for Dallas. It was full when I came home. And then between sales that are already done, eBay auctions, consignment that I gave you, it's half empty now. And I need to refill it, which I'm in the process of doing. But with a show 5 to 6 weeks away, where it doesn't necessarily matter, I can take my time. And it was one of the best Dallas shows I've had in a while. I'm excited for the July one. But there's nothing else going on right now. And it's either greed or stupidity because of that. Like, there's no reason why there should be this major of a lull right before National, which also tells you that July Dallas is either going to be the best one or one of the worst ones.
What are your thoughts on, I feel like I know your answer to this, but like getting inventory either like now or in the next month or so that you think would be good for the National? And what is your mindset on like holding it versus like flipping it for maybe less than you would flip it for at the National, but getting that money back?
Here's what I'll answer the first part. I'll answer the last part of that question first. I don't really mind taking the guaranteed profit. Like right now, if someone offered me $12K on the Timeless Treasures Curry auto, I would take it because I'm into it for about $10K, 10.3 technically. I would take $12K right now. I'd even possibly take 11.5 of those all cash because in my mind, it's like, all right, well, I get my money back. The $1,200 is like working a week in like a real job. I can do X, Y, and Z with this money. I can turn and burn it into more inventory, flip that stuff, and build it up. Or I could bring it to National, price it at $15K, and most likely move it, or at least, get tons of interest and do cash and trade and break it down or whatever I have to do. I'd be okay with either answer because I don't, I'm greedy in the right way where I'm okay with understanding like what number I theoretically would want. And if I get it, awesome. I hope you fucking turn that card into $15K at National. But get $16K. Like I try not to be bitter. I am greedy, but I'm not bitter. And I think that difference is what sets me apart because I'm willing to let other people win as well. Because if you win off my deal, you'll come back and deal with me. Because I probably won off our first deal, second deal, third deal. But we continue to do business because you and I can both win, which is fine. Like, that's how I look.
Yeah. I know we're kind of like throwing around, like struggling with the idea of like, if we have, let's say, a $500 Trevor Lawrence card, if we can make $100 on it now versus maybe making $200 on it at the National. Like, I'm more of the party of probably taking the money right now and putting it in, but like it's hard to, it's not hard, but it's just like an interesting topic.
I think that I really believe the National this year is going to be insane. But Kai, you and I sat up next to each other last year, and dude, I probably moved cash and trade $250,000 of items in 5 days last year, 4 days. Like, because the values were so inflated as well, and because I bought and sold 2 Tom Brady Super Bowl patch autos that I own 3 of at one moment in time. They were at 40K, 30K, and they're down to 7K now. Like, the numbers are inflated. Yeah, dude, it's absurd. But like, I imagine the National this year is going to be insane in a good way, because while comps exist and they matter, people have been saving or starting to save for it right now. They're going to see an item they want, and they're going to travel in from actually across the world because there's no COVID restrictions anymore, theoretically. They're going to travel in, and they're going to want the item you have. And yeah, they might look at comps and be like, you're a little overpriced. But hey, if that's the only Trevor Lawrence NCRP, or that's the only Timeless Murray Stephen Curry auto, or the only one of my favorite player, and I need that item, well, this is where I'm going to have to spend my money. This is what I was saving for. So the way I look at it is this. Can I use that money, that potential profit right now, and make more than I would in 8 weeks? Yeah, I mean, I think so. It depends. If you have cash right now, you have the power. That Curry card, for instance, would have been 25, 30K, 35K last year. That's a 5 is never sold publicly. So who the fuck knows what it would have been like last year when prices were much more inflated? Who knows what it will go back to? I don't know. Well, I'll find out one day. But when you have something that is scarce, people want, and you can name your own price, well, you can name your own price. And if it's a better market, you can ask a stupid number. You have to be more realistic. If I got offered 12K, 11.5 right now in cash, I would take it because I know I could spend that money quicker and more efficiently than if I got 12, 5, 13, even 14K cash at National. I'd like to get more, of course, but let's just be real with each other. Like, I know what I can do with it.
It's kind of funny how the National compared to other shows, I think other shows people are kind of using comps to get the best deal they can, but I think at the National it almost creates like so many people want certain cards that the cards get like inflated in the moment. Like there's like a fight to get them almost. It's kind of funny how like it's like ironic, like that show creates like people paying even over comps for stuff when other shows are trying to get 80%, you know?
Well, what's happening is prices are going down at the moment because there's nothing else going on. But I mean, quarterbacks are still going up. I don't know where the Jordan Love market is right now. I imagine it's still up. I don't really care because I've not bought anything in it. So, Kai, do you know if they're up or down?
I mean, he's up. I mean, he's not like 2x or anything. He's probably like 1.4, 1.5x ish from like a month or two ago when he
trade happened. Crazy. Like I run into the fear of like being left holding the bag, because in my mind, and I've said this before, and I'll say it even at National, how many NTRPAs or Prism Golds or the best of that certain card are going to be in that room for Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, all of these guys who theoretically are going to be incredible and great. And I know the word of the day is theoretically, but hypothetically, all these great players are in that room, all these great cards, people are spending 5-6 figures even. And then they walk on the field week 1. What do you do? Like,
hopefully you don't have the card.
That's the correct answer. I don't want to own a single football card week 1, or if I do, it's like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or guys.
The only guy I'd want to have, in my opinion, out of that young group is maybe Trevor Lawrence. Like that's maybe.
I would feel very strongly about owning Mahomes. I would feel very strong.
Well, not Mahomes group. I mean,
Mahomes,
like this.
Mahomes is like, young.
I don't even mean young though. I just mean like that you don't know what they are, sort of thing.
Okay, so you're talking like the last 2 or 3 years of draft classes.
Yeah.
The only, maybe like a Desmond Ridder type, but even then his prices are too high.
I will say this as a Falcons fan and a person who hopes Desmond Ridder is a Hall of Famer. His prices are very high for what he is.
Like,
right
it doesn't
now.
make sense.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I know everyone wants the next potential thing,
but like versus his.
In my head, it's crazy to think about. Yeah. Same with Sam Howell. I mean, it's kind of the same.
Yeah, you guys bought a Sam Howell off me, which is funny.
We did. Yeah.
Did you grade it yet or no?
No, it's in our stack to process still.
That's fair.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
hopefully that 9s or 10s for you. That'd be fucking absurd. But once again, that's actually a perfect example. I traded for that at 17 or 1800 bucks, and I think I gave it to you guys for 1950. Like, okay,
something
here,
like
like,
that.
here, you go make the money. You
Yeah,
do all the risk. I'll take my cash. Like, we can both win. You sell that car for 2500 bucks. Oh, you're gonna buy more of me. Oh wait, you already did. Who
yeah.
cares? Like,
Oh yeah, we bought that. That 6-way auto is so cool.
yes.
I don't know.
So,
Yeah,
I sold Kai and Joku a Steelers Leaf Limited car that had like Mean Joe Green and 5 other Steeler legends.
yeah. It was
I don't
like
remember.
Bradshaw.
Yeah, Franco
I don't-
Harris maybe.
yeah, yeah. I don't even remember. It was like,
It's a sick card.
yeah. They just don't pop up like those kind of cards. We're
Well,
trying
that's
to
exactly
build
it.
like sort of a not a PC, but like a collection of like stuff aside from the stuff we flip every day. That's like long term. If someone sends us like an offer that's double what we paid for it, like we'll take it. But we have no problem like sitting on it for as long as we have to. You know.
That's the correct answer. You don't have to ever sell, which is also why you and I are friends. You and I can do business, and like and especially Joko as well. If you're not pressured to sell, you have the best opportunity to win. You would like to sell, but you don't have to sell, which is why I would never do cards full time. Because if you want to maximize the potential value of your items, that's how you do it. You're not forced to ever sell. Once again, another example, that Elvis pin you guys have in mind. I'll show this in a second. It's actually really cool. In about 3 months, give or take 2 months, I traded for an item that I never thought I'd own, and it's really cool. It is a pin. It is a gun-shaped pin that someone, a police colonel, lieutenant, whatever, gave to Elvis in the 60s or 70s, whenever it was. I don't remember the exact details. And you have like a photo of it. It's from Graceland. It has the authentications. It's a very cool item. I traded for it for nothing, and it sold. Now, if I got paid, they're different. But at the moment of time, it has gotten sold. Someone wants this item. I don't know shit about it, but someone wants it. I can just wait. That's the trick.
Yeah.
I don't need to sell this right now. I didn't have to run an eBay auction like a Stephen Curry shoe. You can wait for the price. But that's it. Like, if you have the patience, you can win. You can name your price and do well. You might have shows where you get skunked because you might be overpriced as fuck, but you can win on a lot of other cases.
Yeah. I think it's hard with some of that stuff. It's hard, but it's also kind of a good thing where, I mean, you just really don't know what some of it's worth. Like, you're just trying to find that person who like really wants it, but neither of you might have any sort of idea of the value on some of that stuff.
Well, that's why I like collectibles too. And I mean, I'm obviously sports cards forever, but you can clearly see, if you follow my page, I buy memorabilia either for myself or to move, and I've done well whenever I have. It's a lot rarer than cards. Like, there is only one game worn jersey of X, Y, and Z, or 2 or 3 if you wore multiple throughout, half, a quarter, whatever. Like, there's cool shit, and it might take 6 months to move the Stephen Curry shoe, but if someone gives me $5,000 cash, it's gone. Like, it's immediately gone. But you have to be able to store, you have to be able to enjoy it. Like, I would have loved to own the Joe Louis glove for longer, but I'm not going to sweat it. Like, it's just life. You move on, move forward. Like, it's just a weird world, man. Some people get too greedy or they get too gun shy, and I've seen both, where either you wait too long to sell an item, or hey, you sold too early. But if you win way more than you lose, you will do better in the long run, because this is so unpredictable. Like, that player that you might have loved and like wanted to own their stuff forever could have been the next GOAT, or he might have torn his ACL and been out for a year, and then his prices are down 80%, and you look like a genius. There's a lot more stories of that happening. Injuries, or just playing badly versus good. Even players that people love, like Julio Rodriguez, who was starting the season really badly, fucking tanked. How's Jordan Walker prices doing right now? Oh, I'll tell you, they're bad. How's Anthony Volpe doing?
Yeah.
Bad. Like, you can buy those back down the line, but if you sell into the hype, or when you have the opportunity to make money, if you bought Anthony Volpe Red Refractor Bowman Chrome Auto, and you could double your money, or 50% your money, you take that and you worry about it later if you ever want to buy back in.
I I was just kind of thinking about something. This is kind of out of left field, but kind of in the same lane as the memorabilia stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think would be worth more in total value? Like, let's do a Tom Brady game worn jersey, for example, or the like 400 patch cards made out of that jersey.
I mean, good question. All right, any of them signed?
No. Well, so this case, we'll say just patch cards, game worn.
I'm gonna
cards.
say the jersey itself is worth more than the patches. There's like what's the ship called? The ship of Theseus or some shit. Oh God.
The what?
Oedipus? No, Oedipus is the wrong Greek story. I need to Google this. This is a sports car podcast, by the way. It's
let's also add really quick that let's say they're NT patches.
Hang on. There's what's the boat called? Boat of Theseus. I was right. So the story, and Kai, welcome to Greek mythology, by the way. Hey, this is a sports car podcast. Thought experiment that raises the question of whether an object has all of its components replaced, functionality. So basically, you have a ship, and throughout its journey, you replace the pieces of the ship, and then you save those original pieces, and then you have two unique ships. Which one is the original? That's the thought experiment behind this. It's called the ship of Theseus, whatever. That's what it is.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, but
there you go. Welcome to Greek mythology. Hey, sports car podcast, guys. What's up? We don't know where states are or teams, but I know random fucking Greek stuff.
Could not tell you where the Hornets started, but
yeah, where's Charlotte again? The point is, the jersey would be worth more, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. I would almost think I would lean towards the hundreds of patch cards.
It's like fighting a duck-sized horse or horse-sized duck thing, but
I guess.
Now, if they're all signed, I will give it to you. I think the
signed, that's not even a question.
Yeah, I think we can agree there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
what does a Brady gamer even go for these days? I mean, you don't have to look it up.
I'm curious. I mean, let's see.
You think it's like over like 30, 40 grand, 50 grand?
Oh, way more, yeah.
You think a random gamer?
Yeah, 100%. Brady doesn't have that much game more and stuff. I mean, he played forever, but like.
I can't imagine they pop up too often, but I don't. It's not
this was one
figures,
from 2020
really,
with the Bucks. $480,000. It wasn't inscribed. It's dope as fuck. It was actually sold on Golden.
480.
Yeah, but like, look at this. That's cool.
That. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
I could just never imagine that going for $500,000.
I mean, it sold January 2022, so it was right in the perfect time of cards. So let's see what else.
That's crazy.
Is this a game worn jersey? Game worn cleats? No. That does look cool though. Game used and photo matched.
2004. Wow. What did that go for at the bottom?
$79,000.
Yeah, I guess it is a six-figure item, really.
It is definitely a six-figure item. When did that sell? It doesn't say. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean that's not shocking. It's a six-figure item.
I'm honestly kind of surprised. I thought it'd be in the 50 range. Yeah.
I mean,
I guess the inscriptions and the stuff on that, but he also has way less Bucks jerseys. It's kind of like the MJ Wizards thing, but I don't know. I mean, I'd still rather have a Patriot jersey, but
yeah, I mean that's way more iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool if you had a Buccaneers Tom Brady jersey, but it's like, oh yeah, okay, it's kind of neat. What was I gonna say? Shit, let me pull up my notes. Here's one that I kind of alluded to. This is a weird segue in, but I like how we talk about sports and Greek mythology somehow and memorabilia. Have you noticed though, Kai, that a lot of collectors who have high-end collections don't watch sports?
Yeah, I think we've alluded to that before, but I think it's like it just doesn't make sense to me how you can like own these things and not care, but like not watch,
not be intelligent about it. So this is not calling anyone out directly. This is not anything like that. But in our experiences, we have noticed a larger percentage of collectors, a shocking number of collectors, when they talk sports, like actual sports, not sports cards, do not know what the fuck they're talking about. And what I have really enjoyed is actually listening to YouTubers who don't collect cards but talk sports, and like actually getting an objective, real informed opinion about a lot of topics. And then you go on Instagram and people who own these cards talking, and it's like, wow, you really do not understand how sports work. You just want to pump up your player or your team or whatever. And it's really funny to watch because they really have no idea what they're talking about.
I just, whether it's for like an investment purpose or like just collecting it, it doesn't make sense to
For
me
fun.
how could you want these cards without any interest in the actual sport or the game?
Well, that's the crazy thing too. And I mean, once again, I don't sit here and watch sports 24/7. I will watch every football game because of NFL Red Zone, which is amazing. Yeah. And I'll watch Yankee games pretty often, and I'll be informed about mostly baseball and basketball day to day, or at least week to week, because we first off are on a podcast, I have to be informed, and secondly, I want to know what I'm buying. But there's a clear difference between people who like know what they're talking about in sports, even if they're not super familiar with like the Sacramento Kings, let's say, versus those who don't watch fucking shit and think that Jason Williams is still on the team, let's say, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's really scary.
It's kind of funny, honestly. Like, if you want to do that and not know anything about it, like, go for it. Not my problem.
No, it's not. But it's just like, it's one of those things that kind of like causes a lot of fear in the market because they might not know what's happening. Like, for instance, how many
people... It also creates opportunity, though, too.
It does create opportunity. But, like, how many people, like, right now who bought Jordan Walker do not know he's in AAA right now, I believe?
I bet 80% of the people...
I believe he's still in AAA. He might call back up.
He did?
He might have. Let's see.
I would say that
he's still in AAA. Okay, so that's what I thought.
80% of the people that bought Jordan Walker cards probably do not know who he is.
Also, he's actually struggling in AAA.
I saw he's been awful. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, Anthony Volpe, I believe, is still batting under 200. He might be at like literally 205. Like,
we bought like, I think 8 or something Jordan Walker raw refractor, just not autoed but refractor, and then like 20 base cards. We bought them for like 75% of comps, almost all of them gemmed at PSA, and we're still gonna lose like a decent amount of money on them.
It's so fucking stupid. Also, Volpe's batting 198 right now, but he has a positive WAR, so go figure.
He's a good defender, right?
He's great. No, he's when he gets on base, he can steal, he can keep the field. He had some clutch moments as a Yankee, but he's batting 198.
I just don't get to see a lot of Yankees games, but
no, I mean
I know he's fast and he's a good fielder. So
yeah, we were going to see the Yankees Padres this weekend. It just didn't work out, but that was a shame. I would have loved to have been there. Yeah, Yankees won 2 of the games, so that would have been a lot of fun. They won on a walk off too. So life, it happens. It is what it is. I have one other topic that I think is worth
NBA Finals.
NBA Finals. Okay, I have 2 other topics to talk through real quick. NBA Finals. And then, like, what you would change about Instagram if you could, because Instagram is hit or miss sometimes. NBA Finals, though, is super interesting. And this one, I mean, I picked the Heat to win at the start of the season, so I have to back them again. But I don't see how Denver loses this.
I don't either. They're minus almost 500, I think.
Like, Jimmy Butler is amazing. And that team is so well coached, and they get a lot of value out of their players. And also, they might get back Tyler Hero, which is really funny because when he got injured, I think it was against the Bucks, right? It was round 1.
It was the first round right after the Hawks smoked them.
What a world! And they were clowning everyone for saying, "Oh yeah, he'll be back for the finals." Like, yeah, good luck, see you next year, whatever. He might be.
Would you even want him to play?
I think you put him off the bench.
So good without him. Like,
I think you play him off the bench. Like, you give him like some run with like the second unit, and you kind of just see what works there. I mean, it can't really hurt. I mean, if he has a bad night, you can obviously pull him off and like keep the rotation as is. But it's not the worst thing in the world to give him a shot and like see how healthy he is, if he can play. That is.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of said the Heat would lose in like the last 2 rounds, and they just keep winning, but I do also think the Nuggets probably.
I'd be shocked if it goes 6. I think it's gonna be 5.
Yeah, the Nuggets are just such a good team, like top to bottom, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Denver in 5, but I did say the Heat would win, so I'm playing both sides. Heat in 6.
Nah, you have to go Heat. You
I
just
know.
have
I
to.
give me Heat in 6. Official.
You
pick.
should bet on it at this point.
I don't really want to.
You should have bet on it when you first said it at the begetting of the year. We should have
But I
both
would have
done
been
it.
wrong though. I would have had Heat Warriors.
I had Hawks over Nuggets, so
Yeah. So, but between the two of us, we actually we nailed it. But
you combine them, yeah.
yeah, we're two halves of the same stupid coin. But I don't know, man. It's exciting. We can almost start talking fantasy football too, or at least football in general. Like we're itching closer. I mean, I'm not sure, Kyle, what you're doing for fantasy football this year, or if you can put a thought into it yet. But like, I'm beginning to get ready for mock draft season of fantasy football, which is so much more fun than the actual NFL draft.
Yeah, I'm such a degen in fantasy football. I do like 6 leagues.
That's so hard. I like to stick to like 2 or 3 because
I think I'm gonna do like 3 max this year.
Yeah, because at least then, like, you don't have to like hate every single player, like, or you draft someone in every single league and they suck or they get hurt, and that's like, man, I'm fucked across the board. At least 2 or 3, like, you can enjoy each game. Maybe you're not playing a certain player, so it doesn't really matter. But like, it's a little. I think 2 is perfect. 3 might get a little too much unless you have like a fun league or like a no money betting league. And then at that point, you just fuck around, draft kickers only, like I do.
Yeah, we did one last year with my friends. We usually do like $25, and I think we probably set a record for like trades in a fantasy league. I think I had like 25 trades.
I mean, it's pretty fun though. I get $25.
And we do punters too.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I would do a league like that where it's like a full in-depth team, but it'd have to be like the right group of people, or like either everyone's gonna take it seriously, or by week 5 it's over.
Yeah. Usually we have one person who never sets their lineup. It's just like basically a given free money that week. That
was me in fantasy soccer, and I said I'm fucking stupid.
We just like keep him in the league for like, it's like we can't kick him out. He's like part of the OG group, but
that's fair. You just yell at him, set his lineup, or someone take control.
I'm excited for fantasy.
It's gonna be, dude. This is gonna be a great year of football, regardless. I mean, card wise or not. I mean, cards make it a lot more fun, honestly, when you like own the player you've been like stacking a lot of. But if they get hurt, once again, then you're really feeling it.
I've heard people telling me that like Bijan's gonna be like a top 5 pick in fantasy.
He is 100%.
Do you really think so?
I think so, only because he can catch, right? Like, he's pretty athletic.
Oh yeah, he's like an elite receiving.
Like, depends on if you're playing PPR, he might go like 1st or 2nd overall. Like,
he's like comped to be like Christian McCaffrey, but like more explosive.
Like, I mean, there's a chance he goes 1st or 2nd overall than in a full PPR. Like,
but my thought is like, like rookie though. But we have Algier, who's like pretty solid too. I don't know if they're gonna split.
I don't think you can. With you took him 6th or 7th overall, basically.
Yeah.
You have to play him like until.
I mean, Bijan's going to be on the field for almost every play, whether it's a receiver or running back, but still.
Yeah, I mean, if he lines up in the slot or something like that, there might be a conversation where he has like 100 catches this year, which would be like Marshall Faulk type levels, which is nuts.
Yeah, it's just weird. The Falcons have like good like big name players now. I'm not used to
no one else.
Like,
you have the worst. Yeah, do you have like some of the worst depth in the entire NFL?
I mean, the last year, I think they're actually pretty good this year. I have a feeling, but the last 2 years have been kind of brutal.
Man, 5-12 never looks so good.
I'm going 12-5.
Shut the fuck up.
We can do a live bet on here that
I will bet you $5,000 right now. The Falcons.
Let's do a $25 bet they win at least 10 games.
Okay, and what do you want me to do with that $25?
Oh, you think you're gonna win?
Yeah, I know I'm gonna. I said $5,000 first.
We'll lock it in right now, regardless of what happens.
Okay, $25. Comment section, keep us honest. And 3
wins.
Falcons are okay. Fine, whatever. Thanks for the money, guy. All right, let's talk about some hobby drama / Instagram things. So, Instagram is so fucking funny, man. Like, I love it. I really do. But there are some stupid fucking things that just go on this platform. And admittedly, there's some who do their best job of like maintaining it and keeping it according. I know people don't love card porn or slap stocks, but like for someone who doesn't partake in every single hobby drama thing like they used to, like I did, it's a pretty good resource of like seeing like what the fuck is going on. And I saw something interesting that card porn posted that I know people have talked about, and it's a couple of days old, so we're a little bit behind, but that's what happens when you record once a week or twice a week. Hey, did you see this? This was about redemptions.
Oh, I did see this. This is crazy.
So for anyone who is not aware of the situation, basically what happened here was redemptions that were sent to Panini America were redeemed and sent out, but not to the people who redeemed them. And there were two examples that we saw. One being Alonzo Ball, Jason Tatum, immaculate dual rookie patch auto logo man. I think the next slide actually, yeah, this is the redemption actually itself. And then it's selling on eBay. It looks like it's sold in possibly Asia. I don't know. I mean, I obviously can't speak language. I'm not sure this was the person who owned it and that was theirs. It might have been on a US server. I don't know. I'm not going to comment. And the other one, and that's the person who owned it. The And Now Collectibles one. That's fucking wild. This person owned it and was on Instagram. I mean, I don't blame them. I don't know how it happened. There's no fault to the collectors themselves. This is all in Panini America. They somehow broke in and stole it, but I don't think that happened. And the second card was Alt. Alt owns this card. It is a 1-of-1 Ronaldo NT auto. And I actually know the person who owned this card or owns it right now. I'm not sure if Alt bought it or consigned it, whatever. I know who owns this. It's fucking weird. They didn't redeem it. They bought it from the person who might have redeemed it. Might is the quote. I don't know. I'm not gonna say they did, but it's fucking weird that this is happening. I don't know how to respond to this other than it's scary. Like this is probably the most terrifying part of the Panini and eventual Topps transition to Fanatics is redemptions and what's gonna be honored, what's not gonna be honored, and are we gonna have situations like this for years to come?
Yeah, I'm sure there's tons more of these instances that just aren't on social media, but I guess you sue them. I don't know what you do if you're the person that's missing the card.
I don't know how you prove it. And like, if you do, but is any legal court going to take it seriously? Like it is.
I mean, it'd be pretty easy to prove it. I mean, you just show it's pending in your account.
But like first off, the amount of lawyers that Panini America would have, or Topps, or anyone would have.
But like, I'm sure there's a way to scummy defend it on Panini's behalf. But like, how do you, like, just logically, like, how do you defend the fact that you sent the card to someone else, but it's still pending in the original Redeemer's account? Like, there's no defense there.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I can tell you.
Yeah.
There's 100% a scummy way to do it, and I would love to see what it is. But it is terrifying because I have some expensive redemptions out. I have a Giannis Timeless Moments Gold redemption from like 2019 in Panini.
None of those have been live yet, right?
Correct. I don't even think there's any on eBay right now. Let's take a look.
That's good for you then, I would say.
It is definitely 100% good. I don't know if Giannis will ever sign his shit, which is different.
Because I'm pretty sure they black boxed some of those Timeless Moments from other guys, right?
Yes, I own a Shaq one.
So that's, yeah.
The issue is, did Giannis sign?
What's that?
Or is this just not
$400?
I mean, this is definitely not signed, but like,
oh,
the base card. But like, once again, like that's the issue. These have to. I'm gonna check Car Ladder in a second. Hashtag not sponsored, but hashtag good fucking work they do. It's scary. Like, I didn't pull that in a break, but is Panini going to honor that? Am I ever going to get anything of value from it?
and get some points.
Yeah, the last one to sell was February 6th, 2022.
Damn.
I know.
Oh, that's a 2019 card?
Yeah.
Those are probably expired then, right?
I redeemed it before it expired. Like, that's exactly it. Like, there's 2 sales ever. If this card ever came in and it was live, absurd value.
Because you got to think. Do you think? I'm guessing there's probably between like 3 and 4 that have actually been redeemed. So I mean, there's probably not even going to be 10 of them.
I mean, they could easily be singing boxes still. And they're also expired. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, they can't be redeemed.
The issue is Panini or Fanatics or both have to get Giannis to sign something. Giannis stopped signing. Like, I don't remember the latest autograph Giannis.
He's not in like Flawless either, right? Or like the high end products anymore. Or NT. I know. I want to say 18 or 19 is the last one I remember him being in.
There's any Giannis 22 autos. I kept typing out to you know.
Oh, is he a Leaf exclusive now?
I don't know.
I know he has all those weird autos with like Messi and Curry and stuff.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me they had just like random autos of him sitting around. But yeah, this is all Leaf stuff from 2022.
The Aaron Rodgers duel.
That's funny. I won Leaf. That's a cool card. That's Tyson Beck. Yeah, I've not seen a single Panini card.
I saw the Panini instance.
Okay, I saw one.
But do those count? I don't really know. Not pack pulled, obviously.
Instant 2015. Like, yeah, Giannis at 2020 select. Okay.
I think that's 1920 though.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. Oh no, 2020. I wonder if that was a redemption.
It's a sticker. Dude, could you imagine the timeless moments being a sticker?
I don't think they'd make it.
I know. That's a joke. That would be.
Do you think they would?
Do I think they would? Yes. Are they going to? No, of course not. That'd be too stupid.
Are any of them stickers? Right? There's none.
I think they're all stickers.
No. Timeless.
Oh, timeless.
I don't think there's any, right?
No, that would be so stupid.
I kind of compare the timeless moments set to the flawless finishes and flawless.
These are just gorgeous cards. Yeah, you should buy that one.
Some of them they kind of fucked up though with like the auto.
Luka, they fucked up, obviously.
Yeah.
The KG one is gorgeous. AI is gorgeous.
The AI one's sick. With the practice press conference. Bless you.
This Luka one is not the best, but the one from the bubble, his bubble shot is stupid. That one's actually pretty.
I feel like they should only make one for each player. Like if they do it in 1920, they should never have another one.
That's a tough one. This is a gorgeous card. This is one of my favorite cards.
That's probably the coolest card in the set.
Vince Carter has a nice one too, but that's just like
that's just iconic though.
Just a pretty card. I wonder if you could give a Kobe White one now, because like of his moment against the Heat.
Kobe White?
Not Kobe White. Derek White. Sorry, took me a second. How much sports?
If they give Derek White one of those, it's over.
I know.
He'd be the worst name in that set. Actually, I think Kobe White literally has one.
I think he might have a rookie one, so.
Which is very strange.
It is very strange, but also kind of funny that I fucked up and was still maybe correct. Karl Malone, LOL. The Worm one is amazing.
That one is pretty sick.
Dr. J.
Those are.
Vince Carter one is just like, that's just like, everything about this card is just pretty. No, there it is. That's just pretty. Maybe he just signs too much, but like I love that one.
Am I crazy for thinking they almost look better unsigned?
Kind of. I mean, they have unsigned ones, obviously, but like
the Trae Young one's pretty sick too. Don't want to.
Which one is Trae Young's again? Is that he's not waving off New York, is he?
He has two. He has one against the Magic. That was like a game winner, and then I think he has a newer one against the Knicks, maybe, but I could be wrong. I was at that game in that one.
That's cool. Do you own one
I
of
used
these?
to have one. I used to. I have. Oh no, not that one. That's a playoff game against the Sixers. I have the other one, or I had the other one. Sorry, the 1920. They don't come up very much actually at all. The 1920. Yeah, that one. I have the photo actually.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's pretty cool to look at.
Yeah.
You have to get a card though now. You have to like.
I got that Secret Santa from Lane a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a cool gift. In that Secret Santa, I got Joey. Joey got me a Yadier Molina logo patch auto from Flawless, which I still own.
That's insane.
No, that was sick. It was like a quad patch. It was like not the Cardinal head, but it was like logo patches of it.
That's so cool.
I don't remember who I think I got Meeks. I don't remember.
We don't want to talk about that Secret Santa experience. There were some.
We can touch on that for a second and then wrap up the episode.
There were some things that happened.
Yeah, that was like 3 or 4 years ago at this point, and it was the So Too Early group. It was, I don't know, 20 of us, 24 of us at that point. It was a big group of Secret Santa people, and everyone gave a list of things they want. I think we had like a $250, $300 budget. It was some arbitrary small-ish number, and obviously the goal was, hey, buy a friend something nice, and we'll do it. And it was awesome. It was a great experience. One person did not buy a gift, and they were ridiculed for it. I believe I remember who it still was.
I think I did too, but I can't.
We're not going to mention it.
It's Jay, but I could be wrong.
But we did do that. It'd be interesting. We should maybe do what's it called, White Elephant, where like you have a bunch of like set gifts. Like you can like steal.
You like trade them, right?
Yeah, maybe we do that, but that would have to be done.
We have to do that like in person.
Yeah, that'd be done like national.
Yeah.
And it's worth.
Someone's gonna end up with like an MJ exquisite.
I mean, if we're doing that, I mean, I'll just keep my Domantas Sabonis patch auto or something. Like, no big deal, no big deal. All right, I think we're gonna wrap up. We covered a lot of weird things today. This is a clusterfuck episode, man. I hope people like it because we went way off the wall.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching or listening. I'm gonna go make dinner because I'm tired as fuck. So, let's be out tomorrow.
All right.
Peace.
See you guys.